and a harumphing guitar, I shall call it. There's this like quirky little phrasing. Um, it's like an old uncle clearing his throat or something. And by now, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Audiophiles. My name is John. His name is Andy. Seems that I was busy doing something close to nothing, but different from the day before. That's when I saw her. Oh, I saw her. She walked in through the outdoor. Outdoor. More on that later. But first, we have a tune to listen to. Andy, spin that internal wheel and see what crops up.
A band called Everest. Are you familiar with them?
No.
Excellent. We have a song then called Let Go.
Everest, obviously, the mountain. It was also the name of a double glazing firm in this country for many years, probably the biggest selling one, and featured a guy called Ted Molt on the TV adverts, and fit the best, fit Everest, and he'd do this thing, would demonstrate like dropping a feather, and it would float down gently, and all this lot. And then he went and shot himself. No, don't know why, but I just remember that. Anyway, I hope none of that happens in the song. But yeah, I
I
will
don't think
happily give.
I don't think we will.
Just all sprung to mind. The older viewers out there will appreciate that. Okay, I should go off and give this a listen.
All right, man. Let me know what you think.
May I come in, my old friend? You're looking thin.
Okay, really nice start. I don't know what this song's going to sound like and how it's going to go, but just with the things they were doing there, immediately made me feel that this song has quite a tinge of, I don't know, sorrow or melancholy to it. The chords, and I like the way that it was a nice beat, that sort of muffled bass drum, nice sound, and the guitars were like panning in both ears, and ding 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 ding, and then yeah, and the way it may come in, my old friend. Yeah, it just sounds immediately. I'm like, something's not quite right here. It just sounds like regret, melancholy, something. It's interesting how they managed to do that. To me, straight away, made me feel that. I'm just going to whiz it back a little bit to when we start singing. Synthy kind of bass.
May I come in, my old friend? You're looking thin. Do you feel alright? There's something
shitloads going on there. Lots of things I spotted, but I'm like immediately forgetting them because the next thing's coming along. There's lots of textures to this, and there's the emphasis on things as well. It's really interesting. There's like a lot on the fourth beat rather than when you get a punch, you get it on the one, and this is like at the end. Again, I think it must be a musical technique because it's making me feel sad. It's not a weepy one, obviously, but there is this, slight feeling to it. There was all this, the guitar motif and the tom works really nice. I'm gonna just drag it back a bit. I don't know how far back this is. It's not a terribly long song. And see if I can point out the bits that I mean to try and make sense.
Tomorrow will be alright. Let go,
Guitar, isn't it?
let go. I know we're gonna make it tonight. Tomorrow will be alright. Let go, let go. To take a breath,
Yeah, the
my
synths were.
dear friend. Take it slow and let go and rise again. You're not done yet.
I like his voice as well.
I know. Let go. Yeah, I know we're gonna make it tonight. Tomorrow will be alright. Let go.
Strings.
Go. Yeah, I know we're gonna make it tonight. Tomorrow will be alright. Let go. Let go.
This one isn't that bit again, sorry. The strings are really interesting there as well. It's kind of like there's a stepping beat to it, and then you got this not phasing, but you know what I mean, this switching with the guitar, ding 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 ding. And then as he sings stuff, the synths come in and they either underline what he's saying and then they kind of undermine what he's saying as well. It's really interesting. The way the tune drops off as well. It's almost like admitting defeat a little bit. He's repeating a lot of lyrics, so I'm not really listening to the words. I'm listening to the sounds, which is probably a bad thing, but there you go.
Let go. Yeah, I know we're gonna make it tonight. Tomorrow will be alright. Let go. Let go.
It's really pretty. Nice block work.
I know we're gonna make it tonight. Tomorrow will be alright. Let go.
holy shit. That almost made me jump when it just finished like that. Um, yeah, I found that fascinating. There's lots going on there. I mean, really interesting, and sonically, it was sending mixed messages. I mean, he just repeated, it seemed to me, just repeat the same four lines. But it kept my interest all the way through. That, yeah, it's really interesting. I'll have to listen to it again because it was wading through it almost. Deceptively simple song, but actually I found it quite complex. Because each bit is sending a message, isn't it? I think. Anyway, let's go back and talk to Andy and he can clear all this shit up.
Okay, return from the summit. What say you?
Bags of frozen shit, yeah. And well, I always come back with a shop or something like that. Okay, yeah. I had a reaction to this, definitely, which I'll go into later. So this song begins with a quick counting, and then this panning guitar that goes note by note either side and continues pretty much to the remainder of the song. And like other elements that we shall discover later, it has an effect. Essentially, your ears are following a tennis match of notes, which has a slight undermining effect. Is the song going left? Is it going right? Is it going left? Is it going right? And interestingly, there's slight note changes that only happen in the left channel. It's like it's leading the way, and that one's following. It's interesting. With the accompanying vocalizing and synth parts, it's the whole thing sets the tone for me. The chord changes, the bass effect synth, and then the higher synth, which sort of sounds like the flower hyacinth. It props up the I didn't mean to do that. It props up the changes. And what it does, the whole tone of it gives me this sense of melancholy, even kind of regret. And that's in the first 20 seconds. It's really bizarre, but it just, So he starts to sing May I Come In, My Old Friend, and I really like his voice. It sits with me instantly. So much so that I almost stopped listening immediately to the words. And I just kind of concentrate on the sound of his voice. And he does a really great job. And I don't know how I can't tell you how he does a great job, but just my reaction. He does a great job of emoting. And I find myself projecting this emotional quality on all the various components chipping into this song. So I'm probably disappearing up my own fundament here, but I found this an incredible mood piece, this song, and it really spoke to me. And it may well be doing things to me that the artist didn't intend, but that's my experience. I'm probably overthinking and making the song a lot more than it is, but I had a real connection with this song. A gut connection. So we have this ringing guitar strum with the hyacinths pitched, the hyacinth parts pitched on parts of his vocal melody. And at the chorus, there is even more texture in the form of these excellent tom work, this quirky guitar riff, and then the repeated refrain, I know we're going to make it tonight. Tomorrow's going to be all right. Let go. And on the go, his vocals slide down. And at that point as well, the toms react with a kind of falling motion. And the synths that were supporting his sort of phrasing now help undermine him as well. And I really love the chord changes. And all of this gives me a sense of futility, the way he's speaking. Like, it's not going to be all right. That's all. That's how I felt. The next verse, it starts with the words "take a breath," which is appropriate because there's so much going on. I found it fascinating. We have overall this sort of stepping beat, and it's kind of inching along, and it goes through the verse, and then we get to the second chorus, and we have these introduction of strings, which are gorgeous. These little flourishes, they're like little streams of emotion that are escaping from like the steady frame structure, the frame and the structure of the song. And at this point, I didn't really notice it before. I heard this like synthy type bass, but I thought I heard a real bass. Forgive me, but actually almost talking to the strings in that second chorus, which I didn't notice before. It was so pretty. And again, so we talked about this before, certain things together strengthen things. And I think that bass and strings really, really enforce the real bass sound, which may have been there right from the start, but I didn't hear it until that point. We then get to this, for some reason, a crunchy static breakdown. Don't know why he's doing that. With haunting ooze. There's some really nice kicks on the drum and then some block action. Or it could be the taps on the kitchen sink over here being smacked around. I don't know. But I'm enjoying it. So back into the frame, and now this and the sort of the main part of the song again. And now the strings, emboldened by their first foray, now take the guiding form of an ELO arrangement. I mean, there's so much more. And there's these incredible toms and a harumphing guitar, I should call it. There's this like quirky little phrasing. It's like an old uncle clearing his throat or something. And by now I'm not sure, but for me, I know this is wrong, but it feels to me by this point he's only singing the same 4 lines and always has been. I mean, it's just going, and again, I don't mind it. It just is that you're caught up in this completely. And then it stopped so abruptly, and I was so completely immersed that it almost made me jump. It was that, oh. Almost every element of this song had an impact on me. I may well go back to it, and on second listening, just think, oh, this is all right. But on a first reaction, I loved it for its like emotional, immediate, and unexplainable connection I had with it. I found it a very rare sort of moment indeed. Yeah, brilliant.
Wow. I thought you'd like it. I didn't know it would resonate with you like that. I'm glad that it did.
I can't explain why, but it did.
There is a mesmerizing quality to it in its and just the way that it kind of, I don't know, it repeats itself, but it adds little bits here and there to give it a little bit of differentiation there, but it's still enough to like get you in a trance almost. And it had that effect on me the first time I listened to it as well. And I've been listening to it ever since. It's a great song. So let me jump in and talk up the band a little bit and the album and the song. So Everest, they are a rock outfit from Los Angeles, California, and Nashville, Tennessee. I think they kind of divide their time between the two. Pretty sure they started in Nashville and it ended up in LA, but the way the music business is, it could have been the other way around as well. In fact, they could have been from LA and now find themselves recording and spending time in Nashville. Plus their sound kind of has this, I don't know, it's not country, but it has that rural, rootsy kind of sound that I think Nashville would welcome over there. So they consist of Russell Pollard on vocals, guitar, and drums, Joel Graves on guitar, keyboards, and vocals, Elijah Thompson on bass and vocals, and Dan Bailey on drums. The band released 3 acclaimed full-length albums, respectively, on Neil Young and Elliot Roberts' Vapor Records, Warner Brothers Records, and ATO Records. The group has toured extensively in the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Europe with artists such as Neil Young, Wilco, My Morning Jacket, Death Cab for Cutie, Hayden, Minus the Bear, and Young the Giants, and more. They made the late night circuit. They've made the late night circuits as well, performing on national television broadcasts, including Late Night with Conan O'Brien, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson, and The Late Show with David Letterman. In an interview with City Beat, bassist Elijah Thompson explained the origin of the band's name. Russ and Jason had named their studio Everest Recordings because of a pack of cigarettes that Jeff Emmerich had. He was an engineer on a lot of the Beatles stuff, and supposedly Abbey Road was originally going to be named Everest. And they were going to do a photo shoot in Nepal. It became a logistical nightmare, and as the legend goes, Paul or somebody said, let's just shoot a picture out front and be done with it. In 2013, founding member Jason Soda decided to leave the band, and guitarist Aaron Lee Tazjan and drummer Dan Bailey joined the Aaron Lee Tazjan and the drummer Dan Bailey joined the lineup. According to an update posted on the band's website in February of 2015, Everest is on an extended hiatus. This particular track features on their second album entitled On Approach, which was released in April of 2010. Todd Martins of the LA Times wrote of this album, Everest conjures the sound of a more rural America, and often with studied romanticism. With On Approach, released on Neil Young affiliated Vapor Records, Everest attempts to view folk rock at its most expansive. Tall Buildings recalls Imagine-era John Lennon, with acoustics and harmonies lifted by a graceful organ, and Dots brings to mind Wilco's J. Bennett bolstered arrangements as a small string section gradually envelops the calm voiced Russell Pollard. The band shows off a more feisty side on the album opener, Let Go, in which a trembling keyboard gets rattled by a rhythmic thundercloud, and Pollard's vocals take on more bite. So let's get into those vocals, those lyrics. May I come in, my old friend? You're looking thin. Do you feel all right? There's something I want to say tonight. Let go. Oh, I know we're going to make it tonight. Tomorrow will be all right. Let go. Let go. And I know tomorrow... And I know we're going to make it tonight. Tomorrow will be all right. Let go. Let go. So take a breath, my dear friend. Take it slow and let go. And rise again. You're not done yet. I know. Let go. May I come in, my old friend? You're looking thin. Do you feel all right? There's something I want to say tonight. Let go. Oh, I know you're going to make it tonight. Tomorrow will be all right. Let go. Let go. And I know we're going to make it tonight, and tomorrow will be all right. Let go. Let go. And Nick Fried of Consequence.net would write of this track in his review of the album. On the album opener, Let Go, Everest pounds out a sound that is incredibly reminiscent of Britpop darling Starsailor. Lead singer Russell Pollard channels Starsailor lead singer James Walsh perfectly. It is an instantly engaging song with an infectious drum and guitar opening, which melds into a repetitious vocal. Pollard does a great job throughout the album of creating bitter, lovelorn, yet hopeful lyrics. Let Go has the narrator visiting a friend who is in dire straits, probably from a lost love, with the intent to make them happy. So take a breath, my dear friend. Take it slow and let it go and rise again. You're not done yet. I know. Let go. So yeah, that is the lyrics, the song, the meaning thereof, I suppose, consoling one who is in a bad spot, probably emotionally or in their headspace.
It did strike me, and I did mention this after I finished the reaction. This is how my brain works, that the ending of the song is so abrupt. It's kind of like someone's hanging on the edge of a building and they just let go. The song finishes. Of course, there's nothing to do with that, but it's due. So let go is let go of your problems. Yeah, let it go, whatever it is that's bugging you. But he didn't say let it go. He says let go, which is different. And let go is almost like, arms out, fall backwards, let go. Because when you said the lyrics about, hello, my friend, my comment, you're looking thin. I don't know why, but to me, that conjured up someone that he's visiting, an old friend he hasn't seen in a while, and they're thin. I immediately thought, they've just got out of prison. I don't know why, but that's what I thought. Again, it could be because they're ill, or just not looking after themselves or whatever.
Exactly. Depressed, not eating, not taking care of themselves, something like that. Yeah.
Basically, I've got a convict who's got a gripe against the person who put him away. His mate's saying let it go, and he then kills himself at the end. So that's what happened. I'm glad to clear that up for you.
And it's clear now why it resonated with you so much.
Yes, and the movie will hit the screen sometime next year.
Great. Well, I am glad that you enjoyed the song as much as you did. I find it to be a
Big
great
time.
tune. These guys are a really great band. And I hope they come off hiatus soon because I'd love to hear new music from them. So yeah, man, appreciate you. Guys out there in the listening audience, let us know what you thought of Everest and the song Let Go, if it conjured any reminders of other stuff you've heard in the past, what it made you think of. Whatever your thoughts may be, use the comments field as you see fit. We love interacting with you guys and seeing you guys interact with one another. Feel free to offer up some tunes to us if you'd like. We are always gathering them for our Friday episodes here at the Audiophiles. And honestly, you guys help us create the content here at least 20% of the time. So please keep them coming. We really do appreciate it. Also, if you're new, think about sticking around, giving this thing a like, a share, a subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel, and we honestly can't do that without all y'all. So, and we really do appreciate it. And hopefully, John and I will see all you and some more on the next installment of the Audio Files. See you later, guys.